first images that have come to the fore of the Lahore Corps commander that's emerged dressed in civilian clothes. Lieutenant General Salman Fayaz Ghani, Corps commander in Lahore, and his family can be seen trying to reason with the mob. Remember, his house was raided and burnt by the mob in Lahore after Imran's arrest. He was also shunted from his job. So this is the latest footage that we're getting to you of the top commander in the Pakistan Army, the Lahore Corps commander, reasoning it out with the mob along with his family members. He's dressed in civilian clothes, and on the left of your screens we're also showing you images of the kind of arson that was reported in this house. One of the first establishments that was really targeted by PTI protesters was his residence in Lahore, and they emerged out of his house, stealing everything, looting the house completely, even raiding his fridge, stealing mutton korma, stealing frozen strawberries, Coke bottles, as you see on your screens there, and even peacocks. All of that was taken out of his residence by the protesters. The Lahore Corps commander can be seen there in the first images that have emerged, trying to reason with protesters. Let's take this back across to Gaurav Sawant for more details. Gaurav, in the last few days, there are several establishments that have been targeted by these protesters, but perhaps the one that's grabbed headlines is the manner in which the Lahore Corps commander's residence was targeted, set ablaze, and of course looted completely. It left, of course, a lot questioning the power of one of the top commanders of the army. We understand he's been shunted as well.
You know, this is actually the theatre of the absurd. Had this not been so tragic, it would actually be comical that the Lahore Corps commander lost both the korma and the corps. And that's exactly what's happened with him. But look at how tragic these images are. He's one of the senior lieutenant generals of the Pakistan Army. The Corps commander in Pakistan is equivalent of an army commander in India. He'd taken over as the Corps commander barely 6 months ago in October. He was abandoned by his own men. The Corps commander's house, the Flagstaff house in Lahore, and that too a corps that was raised after the 1965 war, has very crucial responsibility. It's a holding corps of protecting, Punjab province of Pakistan. The Corps commander's Flagstaff house was raided by rioters, and his men ran away, leaving him at the mercy, leaving him and his family at the mercy of the rioters. Now, they were right there when the rioters came in. He tried to reason it out, and when you listen to that audio, he's actually trying to ask them, "Tum kar kya rahe ho?" He's trying to get them to get out of his house. A senior lieutenant general of the Pakistan Army is trying to deal with these lumpen elements, but when he fails, actually leaves, his family, and he leaves, and that is where his house is vandalized, raided and looted. They take the korma, and now they've taken away his corps.
Very, very well put, Gaurav. They've not just taken away his korma, they've taken away his corps as well, and it speaks volumes right now of what's happened optics-wise for the Pakistan Army. They're left completely red-faced here, which is why there are questions, Gaurav, of how they respond now. There's no way they're going to let Imran Khan get away. There's no way they're going to let this go away optics-wise, because the whole world is watching and right now laughing.
They indeed are laughing. Of course, the bigger tension for the Pakistan Army, the biggest nightmare for Pakistan is that the impression now that's coming out is that the Pakistan Army is split right down the middle. The fact that a Corps commander had to be shunted out, the fact that his chief of staff and others are also facing the axe, indicates that they were tasked to deal very sternly with the rioters, and they refused. In fact, Imran Khan's party, the supporters of Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party, are actually hailing the Corps commander as a real hero who did not follow an illegal order of General Asim Munir, the Pakistan Army chief, to open fire at the rioters and the protesters. But then the prestige of the army went down when the Corps commander's house was raided. At the same time, they're saying that he didn't fire at his own men. So, the country is split down the middle, the judiciary in Pakistan is split down the middle, and now it appears even the Pakistan Army, that was so far rock solid, is also split right down the middle.
All right, Gaurav, thanks very much for joining us for the moment.